Hello and welcome back to Cosmic Con. Today we'll be going over Starship Flight 7 and what else? The vehicle changes made to Starship, which is on S33 and B14 actually. So first off, thank you so much for your support on that last video. It's the best video I've ever done. It was New Glenn versus Starship, so if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check that out. And anyways, SpaceX recently released on their website Starship Flight 7's mission profile. So like what they're going to be doing, how it plays out, and all of that, the changes made. So they will be doing something exciting. Now we have seen since, what was it, like S24 maybe, a payload bay on the Starship vehicles, which is a little oval slot in the top, the forward section of the vehicle. This is meant to house Starlink satellites, so Starship can go up into orbit and deploy those satellites. Well, SpaceX is going to put Starlink simulators inside of that payload bay this time, and they are going to eject those into space. Now, since this is a suborbital flight, those Starlink simulators will follow the same trajectory as Starship and splash down right next to Starship. This is going to be a very experimental flight for RTLS, which is Return to Launch Site. They plan on Flight 8 to return the ship to the launch site if all goes well on this flight coming here on Friday. It's coming quick. It's been a fast year. Let's see. They have removed many heat tiles so they can fit catching hardware to be able to catch the ship, because those heat tiles, ceramic heat tiles, can get in the way. They have also, since SpaceX is really experimental, they like to try everything out, and they always seem to accomplish it. They have added metal tiles this time instead of ceramic. Some are metal, and they have active cooling during re-entry. So this means that they will have their own cooling system so they can cool and kind of fight back against that plasma heat during re-entry, which can get really hot. The catch hardware has been installed, or some catch hardware has been installed to S33 under those forward flaps to simulate what it would be like during re-entry, to test the thermal properties and just to see how all of that catch hardware withstands against the heat during re-entry. Now, if you remember on Flight 6, that SpaceX aborted the catch, and many speculated that it was due to a communications tower between the tower and the booster. Many speculated that it was on the top of the tower, that it was bent, like instead of being straight, it was like that, and that damaged communication between the booster and the tower. SpaceX recently announced that that was the problem, and they have added sensors, I believe. Yes, they have added radar sensors to help improve this and all of the things, so we can have, even if maybe communications towers down like last time, we can still have that chance to catch. B14, in some exciting news, they are reusing Raptor engine R314. This is an engine from the outer ring on Booster 12, which was previously caught on Flight 5. Now, if you remember, during re-entry of the Flight 5 booster, those outer engines were deformed and bent. So they have taken this engine and implemented it onto B14. So we'll see how that goes. Will we have a flamed out engine, or will it perform just fine? This is very exciting. Also, there have been overall many different hardware upgrades to the tower, including the catch arms, the communications, and just everything in general, the OLM. There have been protection, again, this goes back to our communications tower. There have been protection to the sensors, as I said during the Flight 6, that it was bent during launch, which caused the booster offshore, direct offshore. All systems, I do want to make note on this. For a booster catch to happen, every single thing has to be green. It has to be all good for them to go for a booster catch. Last time everything was not all good between the tower and the booster, so they aborted that catch. SpaceX is really cautious whenever it comes to the public, as there is South Padre Island in Boca Chica, Texas, right there. Let's go over the timeline. That was all the changes and tests, upgrades, all of that. But we're gonna go over the timeline. So the launch is scheduled for Friday, January 10th, 2025 at 4 p.m. Or I know some of y'all liked the 24-hour time, so that is 1600. So yeah, this is all Central Time. And at 4 p.m., we expect 33 Raptor engines to light, which provide the vehicle with over 70,000 kilonewtons of thrust, which is, like I said in the last video, if you watch that, 4 times more than New Glenn powers. At 4:01, the flight director will make the call out for max Q, which is the maximum aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle. At T plus 2 minutes and 32 seconds, MECO, which is main engine cutoff, will occur, and all engines shut down. So that is going to be our outer ring, our inner ring of 13 engines. Everything shuts down except for the inner 3 engines. And then we have just what is it, like 6? Not 6. I don't know. I don't feel like doing math. But at T plus 239, we have hot staging. And the Starship will ignite all 6 Raptor engines. That includes our sea level and our vacuum Raptor engines. So those vacuum engines are the 3 in a triangle shape on the outside, and those are the biggest. In our sea level are used during landing, and those are the smallest in the inner triangle. So this happens and the stages separate. It's called hot staging, well, for an obvious reason. Ship fires its engines while still attached to the vehicle. Then at T plus 44 seconds, our boost back burn occurs, where the booster, instead of going this way, we'll turn the other way and go this way, back towards the launch site. And also, whenever that starts, that lasts for about a minute. Whenever that starts, the booster and tower automated health checks begin, which will go until roughly toward the end of the burn. If everything is not good by the end of the burn, then they will abort the catch. And then hopefully, right after that burn, at T plus 3 minutes and 44 seconds, we will hear the SpaceX flight director give the go for booster catch. So they will say, "We are go for booster catch." And then at T plus 6 minutes and 38 seconds, we will have our booster landing burn startup, which is where our inner ring and our 3 Raptor engines in the middle, all 16 engines light, which slow the vehicle down from supersonic speeds to just very slow speeds. And since we're slowing down that fast, there are sonic booms in the area. My light just turned off there. Anyways, yeah, so we'll see that happen. Then just about 30 seconds later, at T plus 7 minutes, our landing burn will shut down all 3, because it will switch over to just 3 engines. And we'll have a catch, and that's where we scream for joy until flight 8, and you'll see about flight 8 there when that happens. And then we'll fast forward a bit until Starship is, I believe it is around 300 kilometers in the air, and it's orbiting. So at T plus 37 minutes and 46 seconds, roughly, that's what occurred on flight 6. We will see a 1-engine Raptor relight demo where they just perform a deorbit burn, basically. It's just to prove Starship's capabilities. Now, I expect somewhere around that time as well, Starship will deploy its 10 Starlink simulators, which will be exciting to see. I mean, hopefully we get to see it, like hopefully there's cameras, but it will be nighttime when that happens. At T plus 47 minutes and 13 seconds, Starship will begin its re-entry in the NASA Gulfstream plane, which is currently in Australia from Houston. We'll collect data over Starship's thermal, overall the heat and all of that. At T plus 1 minute 5 seconds and about 1 second, so around that hour mark, our ship landing burn occurs, where we go from about this angle, and from flight 6 they increase the angle from about here to here. So I assume we'll go at this angle. will travel, and then it will go to the belly flop position. When we light those engines, all three will flip over. Then we will gradually shut them down until we are left with just one engine. And then that leaves us with our ship splashdown about 30 seconds later, along with the Starlink splashing down around it. This will be an expected daylight splashdown again, and this is going to be a very exciting flight, which it paves the path for Flight 8, where we could see a ship catch. Anyways, I would like to know, what is your favorite part? Let's reword that. What is your favorite thing that is going to happen on Flight 7? You can let me know, and remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you later.